Are you using multiple apps to create content using multiple subscriptions, which can ultimately become very confusing and costly? Well, guys, today we're going to be reviewing NinjaTools, which is currently running a lifetime deal on Appsumo. This is your all-in-one platform that combines AI tools such as generating images, creating music, some pretty nifty videos, PDF chat, and a whole lot more. Not only that, but there is a wide variety of some of the latest and greatest AI models from different vendors. So let's check out the pricing on Appsumo. So there are three tiers, starting off at tier 1, which is $69, tier 2 at $169, and tier 3 at $279. Now there are a few differences to note between the tiers. Chat messages per month go up from 5,000 all the way up to 100,000. Then you have image generation, so 100 for tier 1, going up to tier 3, 1,500. And for music generations, PDF analysis, video generations, they all increase depending on the tiers. And overall, the amount of generations you get per month are reasonable. They're not the best, but they're not the worst. If after the review you'd like to buy NinjaTools, I'll leave a link in the description below. It is affiliated and that's at no extra cost to you, but it would really help me out a lot. Okay, so let's dive into NinjaTools. Before we get started, I just want to say thanks to the founder for giving me access to NinjaTools so I can showcase some of its features. So when you first sign into NinjaTools, you'll be greeted with this very nice dashboard. On the right here you have your playground where you can compare model outputs, and then on the left you have a sidebar where you can generate images, music, video, mind maps, PDFs, and you can talk with all these AI models. So the playground is a really nice feature that NinjaTools have. You have over 19 models, I believe, available at the moment. Yeah, so down here it says 19 more models, and they are the latest ones from all the vendors. You have Fireworks, which has DeepSeek. You have OpenAI, GPT 4.1, and O3 Mini. And you have some others. Then you've got Anthropic, and they've just updated to Claude for Sonnet, so we'll be testing that out. You have the latest Google Gemini, and then you have Perplexity, which is online, and you have Grok and Mistral. So for our first demonstration, I've put in an input which says provide me with a landing page for a tree surgeon. It needs to have everything that relates to a tree surgeon and add in all the correct elements to make it an engaging and modern landing page. And then we'll just hit enter, and now across all the AI models it will provide an output based on what I asked. So you'll see that DeepSeek R1 was the quickest to provide an output, but that doesn't mean it's the best. And now we have the other two which are available. So with DeepSeek R1, it's actually taken in the context and it's almost wrote a little guide on what it's going to do. Then as you scroll down, you will see the HTML structure, the CSS, and I can't see any JavaScript, but maybe that's because we didn't ask for it. And then moving on to GPT 4.1, it has some code here, and you can't actually see it here, but if you click this little full screen icon, you'll see all the code here, but some of it looks like it's being cut off. So I've just copied this whole code area and popped it into CodePen, and this is the HTML, and you can see it's just given a title and our services and a contact page and this little footer here. So it hasn't really added that much in, and I'm not sure if there is a bug here where some more code should have been generated. So this is the DeepSeek R1 code, and I've just popped this into HTML. It's produced a very basic layout. It's got some details here and a title. It's got some menu links such as services, about, contact, and emergency call. So they're quite relevant to having a tree surgeon website, and the company's Green Canopy, which is a really nice name actually. It is very basic, but we'd have to add in some more CSS and JavaScript to get the website functioning better, but this is just an example. Okay, so back at the playground, let's check out Claude for Sonnet and see what we have here. Now we have the same layout as before for GPT 4.1, and you have a few options up here which I didn't see before. You have run, which will execute the code. You can copy the code to the clipboard or just close it. Okay, so this is the code that is provided for Claude Sonnet, and it has a title, Expert Tree Surgeon Services. It provides some services there. So very basic. And I would expect a longer output because if you actually go on the Anthropic website and chat with the AI chatbot on there, you will get a much longer output, and the same for OpenAI and any other vendor. So back on the dashboard, we're going to use the AI models Mistral Large, Gemini 2.5 Flash Preview and Claude 4 Sonnet. And I'm just going to put in here, write for me a 2,000 word SEO optimized blog post on how to put a shed up, and let's see what we get, because earlier we didn't get much output. It seemed quite restricted, so hopefully we'll get a longer output this time. So that took around 20 to 30 seconds for all the AI models to generate. Let's check out Mistral Large first, and it's got a few steps. It seems very more like a tutorial, which is good because that is essentially what you'd want to follow to build a shed. It's got everything you need. It hasn't hallucinated. It hasn't got a load of fluff in it. So that's pretty good. It's not 2,000 words, but then I thought when you put a shed up, you wouldn't want to read 2,000 words. So let's go back and check out Gemini. And very similar. Perhaps it's got a few more details. And it's a nice layout as well, sticking to exactly what the context that I gave it was. And last but not least, Claude 4 Sonnet. And once again, step-by-step guide, very similar. So overall, they're all pretty good. I would use any of them if I was building a shed. So next up, we're going to try out Sonar and Sonar Pro, which are AI models from Perplexity, which allows you to access live data from the internet. And I've just got it side by side here, but if you want to add more columns in, you just go to the top here, and you can add 3, you can add 4, and you can have up to 6. And that's a good way of getting more outputs from different models, so you can work out which one is best for your content. So it seems the only way to clear all this content is to refresh the page, and now we have a clean interface. But it has gone back to the default AI models and the 3 columns, so we'll have to change that again. Now, Sonar is the mini version of Sonar Pro, so in terms of research, Sonar Pro will give you the best output and the most in-depth. I'm just going to put in here, tell me the latest Appsumo tools from the 19th of May 2025. And I'm expecting Sonar Pro to deliver more accurate results. And here we go. So as of 19th of May, specific details from Appsumo are not readily available. So that's talking about the search results, and it's got ones that go back to a month or 2 ago, so that hasn't got the data that we need, but this is looking more hopeful over at Sonar Pro. So from the 19th of May, we got NinjaTools, Get Terms, Sync Kits, and these are correct. These are the latest ones, and they all launched May 19th, and that is very accurate, so very cool. You can also feed back to the team by upvoting or downvoting the output so they know that they can improve that in the future. You can also copy this text. One last thing to show you on the AI Playground is they actually have built-in AI vision, which basically means that you can upload an image and then using AI you can talk with that image. So I've just uploaded a thumbnail of Audio Hero. I'm going to ask the AI how I can improve on this thumbnail. So I'm using GPT 4.1 and Claude 4 Sonnet for this. So let's see what it gives us. And you'll find that the output is generally quite quick. So it seems to have worked for OpenAI and Anthropic. It says it's already visually appealing and clear, which is great, but then it's given some suggestions such as adding a more expressive person, stronger call to action, and a few other points. So this is really handy to get some feedback on your images or whatever you want to use it for. And we've got some even better options for Claude for Sonnet, and it's just got a few more better ways to engage users. And overall, I do think Claude for Sonnet does beat GPT 4.1 here, because it is what I would expect from a thumbnail. Things like use power words, secret, hack, mistake, and you see these across a lot of YouTube videos. So really good stuff there. Okay, so there's also this quick action button up here, and if you click that, you can type a command or search for something. You can access a new chat, generate an image, chat with a PDF, and you can select from these AI models to instantly talk with. And there you go. Now you'll be talking with Gemini 2.5. So this is the AI image generation screen. At the top, you've got the text box for writing a prompt, and it's giving you an example here, kind of what would give you the best output. You then have the ratio, which is square, landscape, portrait, or Instagram, and then the format in PNG, JPEG, or WebP. There's also a little text box here where you can search for your saved images, which is cool. You also have a couple of example images, so you can see the detail in these images are very high, and it also shows you the prompt, so you can use this as an example to get similar output. There's also some handy tools such as zoom in, zoom out. You can rotate the image. You can also crop the image, so you can drag it diagonally, you can drag it from the left and the right, and this gives you an idea of what it will look like on different devices. You can add these background squares, which I guess you can then zoom into certain parts of that image easier. You can view the original image, you can save it and export it, which is download. And here is the exported image, and the quality is really good. A couple of things to note is that there are no AI image models that you can choose from. This is the base one. I have no idea which one it is. It doesn't say. The quality does seem good, but it would be good maybe if there was a few choices or a variety that you could choose from. There's also limited tools for AI image generating that you'll see on other platforms. I know this isn't solely based on generating AI images, but perhaps this is something they will look at in the future. Maybe look at Canva's set of tools and implement these in. So maybe you could mask out certain parts of the image and replace that with whatever you want the AI to provide. So let's generate a couple of images and see what output we can get. Now the first one, I've put in a man walking in the rain over a bridge. The city is behind him, 8K, ultra detailed and cinematic. Let's do it as landscape and generate. Now that was very quick. It took no longer than 5 seconds, which I was quite amazed about. And the quality seems pretty good. Perhaps the prompt could have been better, but it's captured the man's reflection and shadow. It's got the city in the background. It's across a bridge. Wasn't quite the right angle that I was looking at, but I didn't specify that. So overall, that's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's exactly realistic, but it is quite a cinematic. For this next image I've got in here, the image features a load of ships at sea, ready for battle. They are military ships, there are aeroplanes in the sky. It's chaos and epic, 8K high resolution. Let's do this as a square this time and generate. Okay, so here it is. Once again, it was very quick and it's got the ships in there and it hasn't captured any aeroplanes. Oh, hang on. Yes, it has, although some of them look like birds. I wouldn't say it's epic and chaos, but it has captured mainly what I've said. And I think this AI generator is definitely one where you need to put in better input to get better output. If you don't put in so much, you won't get the best output. So these two images, they've obviously got a lot better description and it's captured that well. Okay, so moving on, we've got AI Music FX Generator, and here you can generate any type of song just by putting in your prompt here. I've actually generated one earlier, which was a folk metal song, and it seems to only generate up to 8 seconds long. But let's check it out. Okay, the quality doesn't seem to be great compared to other ones that I've used, and I'm talking in regards to Udio, which is an open source one, or it was open source. Let's generate two more songs and see what we get. So the first one, I'm going to put in a pumping house music song. Okay, so here it is. What I really like about it at first is it actually creates an image, and I don't know if it's got this from Unsplash or Pexels or if it's an AI generated image, but either way, that's quite a nice touch. You can like it, thumbs down, or download it. It is only 8 seconds long again, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there because you can't really use anything for 8 seconds, not even really an advertisement. So let's have a listen. Okay, so to me that sounds very tinny, and I don't know if they're using quite an outdated AI music generator, but I'm not too impressed with that. Also up here, you can only have it as an instrumental, and maybe that will change in the future. So the next one, I'm just going to put in a dancing 90s song classic. Hit that generate button and see what we get. Okay, so that took around 3 minutes to create an 8 second song, which I don't know if that overloaded on the server, but to me that is far too long. But let's check it out. Okay, so a bit like the others, it's very tinny. The only really good thing I noticed is that the picture is pretty cool. But at the moment, I wouldn't use the music generator. I think it needs a lot of work. I'm not quite sure what they're using, but it needs some improvement. Okay, so moving on to video, there are some examples here, and this one's from December 24, 2024. And if you hover over it, you can preview the video, and they range from 5 seconds to 10 seconds, and they are on a ratio of 16:9, which is landscape. And they have a few examples here. Some of them look really nice. Now, like any AI generator, you have to describe the video you want to generate. They have two video generator models, and that's Lightrix and Kling Pro. And I'm on the enterprise package for testing this, and Lightrix you get 100, and Kling Pro you get 5, which isn't a lot, but it must use up more resources, which results in more money spent. And you can choose 5 seconds for Kling, and for Lightrix you get up to 10 seconds. So we're going to demonstrate both of them. You can also choose from 16:9:1 ratio and 9:16. So let's go with 16:9 to start off with. So I've got here a bee on a flower zoomed in. It's a sunny day. And I've chose 10 seconds for this, and we'll see how long it takes to generate. Now you have to scroll all the way up to see the process for generating a video. It says around 30 seconds, and at the moment it's been about 16, 17, so that seems pretty accurate. Okay, so this is the video. It is 10 seconds long, but it hasn't really captured the bee there. It has captured the flowers, and they're moving very gently, which is nice. I don't know what this thing moving is, but it got a very strange video image or whatever as a bee, and that isn't too great. I have seen a lot better. So next up we're going to use Kling Pro, and I'm going to do 1:1 for this, and you can only have 5 seconds for Kling Pro, and I'm going to put in a man skiing in the mountains. It's a beautiful sunny day, and although the prompt isn't long, it's short and sweet, and in my eyes, with how the AI is nowadays, it should generate a good video. So let's see what we get. It says with Kling Pro it takes around 5 minutes, so we'll come back to that in a minute. Whilst we wait for the video to generate, let's look at the next tool, which is Mindmap, which allows you to transform your content into visual knowledge maps. And you basically will put in your text here up to 10,000 characters. I'm just going to put in something simple, such as create a mind map on the stages of creating an SEO optimized blog post. Let's go to generate mind map. And 10,000 characters seems a lot for me when a mind map usually isn't mega big. But at the moment it says research and planning, and we'll go through this in a sec. Okay, so this is the layout of the mind map, and as you zoom out, you'll see more of the mind map. It hasn't created a mega big one. There's a few branches that are feeding off the main text that we put in, and you'll see there's on-page optimization, there's content creation. You can move these around, you can bin it, you can add another node if you want to call it that, and there it is. If you double click it, you can then add in your own text there. So it's not overly advanced, it's quite minimal. Maybe if you add in more text, it will give you a bigger output. You can turn off the auto layout so you can see it a lot clearer like this. You can have it from left to right or top to bottom, which is good. You can also download the mind map if you want to. And let's go back to our video now. And I think it's just finished, so we'll wait. Okay guys, the moment of truth. Here is our video. Let's click play. And I have to say that is pretty realistic. It's captured the details very well. It's a sunny day. There's mountains, there's a guy skiing. It's even captured the shadows really well. And the way the snow comes out is very realistic. So I'm quite impressed with that. It did take longer than 5 minutes. It took about 7, but that's pretty good. So Kling Pro is definitely better, and Lightrix is pretty poor. I know I only generated one video, but that was enough for me, unless you put in a lot of detail, but I would expect better. And when you look at a tool like Vado AI, which has so many different AI video generators to choose from, it has a load of dynamic options. It's got all these different settings you can add to make a very unique video. This is light years ahead of NinjaTools, and I'm hoping NinjaTools really does improve on this, because in comparison to Vado AI and other platforms, it's quite far behind. Okay, so the next tool we're going to look at is PDF Chat. And as the name suggests, all you need to do is upload a PDF and you can start talking with it. So let's upload one now. This is just a PDF of my dog's routine from a while ago. And as soon as you upload it, it actually creates a summary, which is quite unique. And I really like that. Another cool feature is it gives you suggested questions. So what type of biscuits does Heidi eat? What are the specific brands or types of foods and treats that are safe? And I quite like that. That's a feature that a lot of tools don't have. You can also come in here and ask a question, such as what treats can she have? And it says here, the only treat explicitly mentioned is a dental stick, which is absolutely correct. And because she's got a sensitive tummy. And what's nice is you can see the document over here, and you can go to each page. You can type in the page you want. You can turn it left or right. You can zoom in, zoom out. So you can just chat with the PDF to get the output that you want. You can also choose from 3 different languages. They are English, Spanish, and French. You can choose the word limit, which it doesn't say if that's the AI output or the amount of words you can input into the text box. So maybe they could add that in. If you want 250 words and above, you need the Pro version, and that will go all up to no limit. Next up, we have the prompt library, which is essentially a bunch of templates where you can come into one, you can basically type in what is requested, such as this one, which is compose, which says create new content with AI assistance. So I could type in anything here, and I've just pasted in a load of text from Appsumo page, and I've put right in the style of Alex Hormozy. We'll go to generate, and now you will see all this content written nicely in relation to the text from Appsumo that I put in. So it says, imagine creating content, images and videos in minutes. Another nice feature is you get to enter your follow-up request or modifications. So you can just keep chatting with this text that you've put in. You can then copy the format, download it, you can enhance it or even translate it, which is pretty cool. They have a few templates and tools that you can choose from. So they have a few text enhancements. Some of them are pretty cool, some of them you wouldn't use. There's a YouTube script writer and a few video content tools, some social media, some marketing tools. So there's a few that you could use here. But essentially, you can do a lot of this in ChatGPT or other tools. It would be cool if you could choose a specific AI model for these prompts, such as a drop-down box. When you're using one of these tools, you can choose which AI model you want. Okay, so below that, you've got all the models that are available. And what you can do here is you can click on any of the models, and now you'll be able to ask any questions or send a message based on this AI model. So you can ask anything such as, tell me how to create a WordPress plugin that allows you to import images with alt text. Okay, so the output it's given me is very basic and short, and I would expect something a bit longer, but let's go to 4.1 and see what we get there. Okay, so the output here is a lot better. It's actually straight away given the code, although when I went to run, it didn't execute it, and you'd have to type in a lot more to get this to work. And on the left here, you can just keep asking questions or sending messages. You can also upload an image as a reference. So you could say you want this plugin to look like this particular image or have this detail, and it will then work with that. And if you go to your profile icon there, you can see all your generations and how many you've used and how many you've got left. So that's a quick way of accessing that. You can go to your account settings and you can see it there. They could definitely do with more AI image models, more customization options. Mindmap could definitely do with some work. I'm not really sure why they have Mindmap in here. It's not as powerful as the generation tools such as music, video, and images. And the mind maps aren't as advanced as other tools I've used. PDF chat I really liked, and I can imagine you can research PDFs very thoroughly and quickly using this. It would be nice to have more files that you can choose from, such as docs, TXT, etc. The prompt library is good. They have a few that you could use, but essentially most people will just go to ChatGPT and ask, and they could definitely do with more if they really want to enhance this and entice users to actually use this functionality or these features. It's pretty cool that you can upload an image and use vision analysis on that image to create an output. And what would also be good if you could upload a PDF or a file type to start chatting with it as well. They have an impressive amount of AI models and some of the latest ones. And on Appsumo, at the moment, there's 54 questions. The founder and the support team seem to be answering quite quickly, which is always nice to see. Judging by this, they don't want to implement bring your own key, as it's difficult for many people. It's not really, but they probably want more people to buy their subscription or the higher tiers. There's one review so far, which is 5-star, so that's good. The product is still generally new. It was founded in October 2024. I do feel that it is behind other tools in this category. Okay, guys, so would I recommend NinjaTools? I would if you want to use it for comparing different AI models with each other or using some of the latest and greatest AI models from different services. As its lifetime, you may not have to use the ChatGPT subscription plan. It's also cool having image analysis, which is handy. And I would use the PDF upload and also the playground. But for video generation, music, and image, they can definitely be improved. And they're quite basic at the moment. I don't really understand the music generator. I think if you're going to have that on there, you need to enhance that, make it a lot better. But overall, the features that do work, they're pretty good. Okay, if you like this review, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And I will see you on the next one.